Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 113 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and we've got a great show in store for you today. We've got an amazing home in Winnetka, and then a second house in Cochrane Heights.
Yes,
Yep.
and
Second segment?
Yeah, second segment. We are going to. What are we going to talk about today?
We are going to talk about 6 things that you should never, ever do to your home. Okay, so Jeff is ready for that. This will be interesting. You can see that he wore his special blue sweater, so he looks like a floating head with the background.
Right.
But actually, we had talked about that one time. We had talked about creating a whole. Johnny Carson used to do that, the floating head or something.
Yeah, was that part of his Karnak the Magnificent?
That's it.
Yeah.
And well, it hadn't happened. So maybe there are goals in 2021 that will have that happen. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? So real estate is still moving.
Gosh, crazily moving.
It is.
I think we still have 3 transactions closing this year.
It has been, and hey, that's great. It seems like buyers are really excited to get out in the market. We're seeing a lot of cash in the market, so it's been a very interesting time getting offers to stick, just because you really have to work on that third-party financing, I think.
Yeah. It's competing with cash contracts does make it very difficult sometimes.
But Jeremy has been really great. Jeremy with SWBC has really helped us and our clients get into the position where they're completely vetted out, and we're able to really only have to worry about the appraisal on the house, that the actual buyer doesn't have any contingencies based on their financial records. So that's been really nice.
It really has been. And it seems like even, it's still moving in all price points.
Yeah.
It's certainly the first time home buyer price segment is doing really well, but even those move up segments seem to be, popping right along. So
it was interesting because when we first walked in, we were talking to Melissa, owner of On Air Media, and she was saying, I just hear great things about it, and the market seems to be really healthy. And I said, it's great. It is a time to get out there, and if you're going to think about putting your house on the market, visit now, because by the time spring gets here, it's going to be a lot. So
really is. So what you been doing?
Getting ready for the holidays, doing a little painting.
I've seen some of the stuff that you've been taking pictures of and showing me. So
yeah. I'm excited. I've actually turned the garage into a studio, so still waiting on my kiln to show up. My kiln, not an N. And just checked on that. And unfortunately, they are going to delay that till January. So I think I've been waiting like 4 months for this thing to show up. But.
Well, and it is the kind of nature of everything right now with the pandemic going on, and thankfully vaccines have begun to roll out this week. That's been like super.
I would say it lifted my spirits, because I would say that in my sphere that I'd have enough people that are in the medical field that were posting yesterday, both on all platforms basically of social media, that they were actually getting the vaccine. I was like, this is really uplifting, even though I don't get the vaccine or anytime soon, just to see that it's out there and it's,
It's progress.
It is, and it's in the right direction.
Yes, it is.
Which is super exciting.
So anyway, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail from your delay on the kiln, but it seemed like I have a funny story to tell you that is kind of in line with your kiln. No, we didn't. So so I have a really good friend. We both know who she is, and I'll tell you off air who she is. She and her husband bought a house from us last year, and they have been trying to furnish the 3rd floor game room on this house. And so she went to one of the big box retailers and ordered these custom sofas that they really wanted. And so they waited and waited and waited, and it's been like 4 or 5 months that these things, and they kept pushing them back and pushing them back. And so they went into the store, and they're so anxious to have furniture in this 3rd floor game room, because they're basically sitting on the floor right now.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, and so in the store they had this really cool sectional that kind of fit what their needs were, and the guy's like, "Hey, we've got this here. You can take this with you if you want." And they're like, great, we can't take it with us, but have it delivered. And so they paid for it, and it's all 5 pieces. It's basically an end and a corner, and then the piece in the section, the one that goes in the middle without the arms. So the delivery truck comes, and they have delivered those corner pieces but they hadn't delivered the Centerwoods. So they called the store back. The store's like, we know they're here somewhere. So
Nothing.
Week or so goes by. The store calls them back and says, I'm sorry, those are on back order and we're not sure when we're going to get them in.
That is, if 2020 is going to finish, that's how it's going to finish. Everything is on back order.
It's crazy.
Appliances, if you're looking for appliances, you better order them out. And I don't know who you're talking about.
We'll talk about it later, but it was so funny.
In the teaser that you did for the show, I thought you were going to bring Nugget with you.
Oh, that Ranger, I'd have to hold him the whole time. That's the only thing.
Jason, you'll watch him when he's not being when he's out about.
No, he didn't. He won't do that. He's a great little puppy, and he's funny as he can be. But
well, maybe we'll get Nugget or Ranger in later in January.
Yeah, maybe. Mm-hmm. So let's jump into our houses.
What's the first one?
The first one we're going to talk about today is 5102 Homer Street. And this is in Cochran Heights. It is a fantastically located home. Talk about walkability. You can walk to the Old Monk. You can walk over to the porch. You can walk to, there's probably 4 or 5 restaurants right up and down there. You on 3 corners of the intersection at 75 and Fitzhugh right there, or Knox Street, which is not far away. You can actually get a mattress on 3 of the 4 corners.
It does not make sense, but you're absolutely right. This is a great area because not a lot comes on the market over here as well. So the other thing too is that they're not always this size of homes, which makes this even that much more amazing. There's a lot of great older homes that have 1-car garages, but this is a 2-car garage. It's really amazing. One of the things you also don't realize, but I used to live over near there, is this is a great way to get onto the Katy Trail from here. So you have access to all of that, which is a really great way to exercise and get out. And the other thing too is you're close enough to White Rock Lake. You probably drive, but you could bike to it from here.
Easily. Yeah, totally easily.
So great area.
Yeah, so 5102 Homer Street, really wonderful curb appeal, lots of flagstone there in the front, lots of mature shrubbery, lots of really nice mature trees. This is a 2-story home, but it's got the 1-story feel. And it's got a cool feature that you don't find in a lot of homes. You see how this has the rounded door there and how that really kind of fits into the style. As you step into that doorway, there's almost like a little vestibule with other solid doors there. We might be able to see it from a different angle in the living room, but this is the living room that you come into when you walk in.
And the other thing too, and I don't think that you saw it on the front door, and you'll see it kind of in other pictures, is that they've saved quite a bit of the lead glass that was original to the house, which is really a nice characteristic. I think we see more and more people trying to figure out how to blend the old and the new, and they've done a really great job. The floors, again, we're seeing really nice, clean wood floors that buyers want today. Easy on allergens, great for pets. And they've done a really good job with the lighting, and that was, I think, one of the first things you pointed out, is that these black and can lights right there actually are spotlights, and they can pivot. So it's really great. So here in the dining room, you could actually accent any type of art that you wanted, but it just really allows for that customization on what you're looking for.
And they've kept a lot of the old charm of this house whenever the renovation went through. As you can tell with the rounded doorways between the living room and the dining room there, it opens up to this really cool, very elegant kitchen. Great granite selection on it. Lots of detail work done in the cabinetry. Those are solid wood doors. There's no MDF used in this at all.
And I think that once you get into the kitchen, and the pictures do an okay job, but the detailing in here and the craftsmanship and just the overall feel of this, it is a very well done custom sink. I love it when the fridge, the dishwasher, and everything disappears, and they have really done a great job of making this a seamless kitchen.
And that kitchen opens out into this living area that is really a fantastic room, a wonderful den, lots of built-ins there. As you could tell, the homeowner is definitely a reader, big gas fireplace at the end. That's a large sectional that they have there, and it is not a monster in that room at all.
And I love the fact that there's so much natural light. You get light from, I believe, 3 sides. It was a really great feel. You can get to different, there were doorways that would actually allow you to get into the different yards. And then this is off of that as well. And I love the vaulted ceilings, and they've done a great job of paneling and then gone back with the timbers as well. It all feels proportional, and it's a really great kind of game room. I could see it being like the living room for like a mother-in-law in this area.
Doors all open out to the pool, as you can see there. It does have a spiral staircase that goes up to a great little pop-up room that's in some attic space. But this is the bar right there at the base of the stairs. Oh, this is the room that's upstairs that I think would be, great mother-in-law bedroom, great guest bedroom. It's really separated from everybody else. If you have children, this would be a great room to put them in and shut the door and not worry about it. And then coming back downstairs, this is one of the downstairs bedroom, and this opens out onto the backyard, as you can see there. Lots of great light, has plantation shutters, and just really generous size rooms.
And so you also are going to have the bathroom that separates these two bedrooms also downstairs. And this is a 3 full bathroom, which is a really great extra to have. And so 2 of the full bathrooms are down, and this is the second one. And nice walk-in shower. They've done a really good job of using the hex and the tile. When you go upstairs, you see that they've taken a really good look at how to maximize the space in the attic and create this long master bedroom that has built-ins on one side and then closet space on the other.
And then as you step into the master bathroom on this one, you again have this really nice marble, really good granite countertops, double sink vanity there, makeup area just on the left of that. And then as you come out onto the backyard, you have this magnificent pool.
And one of the things that we find over and over again, especially in 2020, and I think it's going to carry on in 2021, is to have additional outdoor space. So you have green space, and they've used the turf grass there, landscaped, covered seating, the old world, the new world. And here you can see the different ways that you can get in and out of the house from bedrooms and from living rooms. But they also give you an outdoor fireplace. And I think that so many people really enjoy right now being able to use it in all seasons. And this would be so amazing right now.
Yeah, it really would. So this home is the 5102. Oh, sorry, Homer. Thank you. Sorry, I was a little slow on that. 5102 Homer Street, 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths, 2-car garage, built in the 40s, had a massive renovation probably 15 years ago, 3,200 square feet, priced at $749, and that is $226 a square foot, which is a fantastic deal for Cochrane Heights.
It is, and we want to say thank you so much to Matt Malays for allowing us to feature the home. It's amazing. If you'd like more information, just look in the comments below. There's a link to that. You can get more information, study the map, and if you'd like to see it, please let us know. We'd be happy to make that happen.
Absolutely. So jumping on to with this one, we're going to run down.
The next one.
The next one. In this one, we're going to run down into the Kessler Park Conservation District.
Yep. So this is a really special area of Kessler. You know, as neighborhoods develop, you wish that you had bought. This is one of those neighborhoods I wish I would have bought in when I first moved to Dallas, just because it hadn't gone through the metamorphosis that there is today, and it is a stunning neighborhood. It's really great access. I think the Calatrava Bridge has done a really great job of opening the cliff. Tom Thumb has come in and has really given that an anchor, a grocery store as well. And so you're seeing a lot of the development in this neighborhood that has just really caught on and speaks to so many different buyers today. Stevens Park Golf Course is an amazing golf course out there. We drive through it getting to this. So just the extras that you want in a neighborhood to feel homey, this has them.
It does. And it's super, super convenient to downtown, super convenient to Arlington or Fort Worth if you happen to travel west for work. Just really can't beat the neighborhood. It's one of the few neighborhoods, I think, in the city that has this much topography.
I would agree with that. And the house was built in 1961, but in 2019 is when the mass majority of this huge renovation was taking place. And the current owner worked hand in hand with the architect to really make this come alive and have a full vision of it. And you can tell that so many elements were so well thought up, just starting at the curb.
And here we go with curb appeal. Look at that. That is such a fantastic design of home from the street. It fits in well with everything else, doesn't stand out like can happen in some neighborhoods when you have this kind of a renovation that's done, but really did a fantastic job. Lots of attention to detail with the small square windows at the top of the roof there. The the door, it just adds another layer of, I think, texture to how it's done.
Yeah.
So
It's the warmth. It's almost, I don't know if it was cedar or ipe, but it's a great wood floors. Picture windows throughout the house are really wonderful as well. The white that they've selected and the vaulted ceilings, they all work together. It's not so sterile that it doesn't feel homey. And the way that it flows is a really good 1, 2, 3, where you get a living room, a dining room, and a kitchen, but yet they don't feel like they're so disjointed that they don't work. This all has a very cohesive, thought out layout.
And this kitchen is really amazing. All of this cabinetry that was done, all custom cabinetry. The doors you see on the right there toward the top open up, but then they also slide back into the cabinet. So if you want to have open cabinetry in those, or I think they've got their coffee area set up in one and then a bar area set up in another, and it was just great use of space.
And they also used, I think that it's called black stainless or bronze stainless steel for their appliances. And I put that in my old condo and I fell in love with it. Here you can see, like a Homer, they've actually wrapped the fridge basically to give it that quality custom cabinet feel.
And this is the banquette on the end of the house that looks out onto the backyard. And this would be the kind of the mudroom type area, I guess is what I call it, because behind the cabinetry they have there is where they store leashes and mud boots and all that stuff.
And one of the things I want to point out is that this house actually, this is bedroom downstairs and it has a full bath and it's wonderful off the kitchen. But this house also has its own generator. And I thought that that was amazing to be able to have that, given that so many of the utilities in the cliff are above ground. If weather does cause them to go down, you still have electricity here, which is really great. Also, as you look through these pictures, you're going to find that the homeowner worked really well with the designer, or maybe they did it themselves, but the wallpaper that they've selected throughout the house really complements the whole entire house, yet gives each room its own signature feel. Same with the tile that they've done here. In some of the other rooms, they've chosen a wallpaper that has more of a texture to it as well. So you can just see that there was so much thought out when they were designing this home.
And some of the things that you won't be able to see behind it is that there's 2 new HVAC units, as Weston pointed out, the whole house generator, new electrical throughout the home. The sewer line has been replaced from the house all the way out to the street. A lot of those things, you don't know about until you get into contract with it. And it's nice to have that information up front because it does bring more value to the property.
Absolutely. And so we've just saw the second bedroom downstairs. This is the third bedroom that's also downstairs. And as I was talking about earlier about the wallpaper, this is the actual Jack and Jill, it's a Hollywood bathroom. And it shares that wallpaper and it does such a good job. Same color palette, just a little bit different configuration. So well done.
It really was. Is this just another view of that Jack and Jill bath? Okay, yeah, this is just kind of a stepped around view to show you the shower and how the hexagon tile in the shower complements the hexagon tile they did on the floor.
And you're not seeing it in this picture, but you'll probably see it in a couple of others. They've painted all of the doors matte black. And I fell in love with that matte black. Again, here's another example of them taking the detailing into the utility room and just made it a space rather than being so drab. They've really kind of popped and given a nice, dark Hawaiian feel to it. Upstairs, you've got your 4th bedroom, and this is, again, trade ceiling, really well thought out wood ceiling fan, and then windows, symmetrical, allow you to easily lay out your bed, furniture, and not feel like you're jostling for position.
And this next picture is going to be the master bedroom, which again is really a great size, king size bed. It's got room for 2 nightstands, a chair. And look at the size of those windows.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just talk about natural light coming in. It's amazing.
And they've kept the consistency with the wood also in the bedrooms, and the stain is dead on. Now, when you get into the master bedroom, again, we're seeing the same kind of cabinets that we saw in the kitchen, but this flooring, I think this flooring is spectacular. It's a little difficult to see, but I think that those were like 36 by 24 tiles.
They were really
Or they
large.
may have been 48. They were enormous, and it just really helps show and highlight the size of this master bedroom.
And I think it also kind of complemented it was a very brave thing to do on a second floor bathroom like that, to use those large of a tile, because if you have any kind of movement at all, the tile's usually going to be it. And I think we read that they had re-engineered part of this foundation to make sure they had the support for the second story.
And again, it's a 3-bedroom, 3-car garage. So this is 1122 North Winnetka Avenue. It's a 5-bedroom, 4 full bath, 3-car garage, built in 61, remodeled in 2019. Comes in just under 3,000 square feet and is $949,000, which is $320 a foot. And that is amazing for this house.
It really is amazing for the area, amazing for the quality that you feel when you get through.
Yep, and we want to say thank you so much to Alyssa Ramsey for allowing us to feature your home. It is spectacular.
Thank you, Alyssa.
And again, as I said, always in the comments below, you're going to find a link to the actual property. Tour, let us know what you think, and if you'd like to go see it, we'd be happy to make that happen.
And we will be right back.
There are lots of ways to keep up with us. Visit and like our Facebook page to watch us live and get updates about future show topics. Also, visit our Instagram account where you can see the latest homes we have for sale. You can also check out our website at updikepugh.com, where you can create customized searches of active and sold homes that you may find of interest. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, visit homeprice.fyi and you can get a price instantly. Just enter your address and a couple of other pieces of information and we will email you a price. If you are on the go and podcasts are better for you, our second segments are available on iTunes and Spotify. Last of all, you can reach out to us by phone or text at 214-377-2223.
And welcome back to the second segment of episode 113.
That is amazing, 113 episodes.
Wow, lots.
Hey, and this is our last episode for the year.
It is. We're actually going to take 2 weeks off for the holidays, and then we will be back the first full week of January.
And so we actually have never, do we usually take 2 weeks off for Christmas?
I think we have the last 2 years.
Okay. But that's the only time we take 2 weeks off back to back, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Okay. Every once in a while you take a vacation, I take a vacation. That's about it.
Yeah.
So what's the second segment going to be about? Because you were so excited about it when we started the show, wasn't he?
It was. This is, let's see.
6 things to never, ever, ever do to your home, Jeff. Golly, I swear no one listens to me.
The thing was that I was the one that found this topic.
You came up with this. And so when I pitched it back to you, and you were like, oh, what? You wanted me to talk? See what it's like in my world. Do you see? All right, so what do we got?
So number 1 is do not get rid of your only tub in the house. That is now, there are exceptions to this. There are few and far between exceptions to condos, and that would really be about the only exception.
It is, and I get really nervous when people are like, I don't even need a tub in the master bathroom. I'm like, oh my gosh, there are great sculptural tubs and you can get away with that now. But yes, it is such a thing for resale. And I don't think that people think long enough or further enough out, they think that I don't need it, so it doesn't matter. But really on the resale, whether it's for a 2-legged or a 4-legged, someone's going to need it for a little person.
Yes, I would agree. So never remove the only tub from your house. In my house, for example, like my guest bath in the front only had a stand-up shower when I bought the home.
Really?
It did not have a tub. But my back bathroom, my master bathroom, had a tub, and so I just reversed it because I knew I didn't really need the tub and didn't want it. I just wanted to have a big shower in my bathroom. So,
and that's where you wash your dogs.
That's where I wash my dogs.
Interesting. So the second thing to do is never, ever, ever leave the cabinets on when you paint them. And this is cabinet doors. And this is near and dear to my heart because Jason is actually painting the cabinets in the utility room right now. And that was one of my big things. And I was so impressed. He actually went as far as to draw a grid of the utility room and know which each cabinet went so he could put it back and then label it. I thought, this is amazing. But it makes a huge difference because I think so many times when we go into homes that have been flipped, you can tell that that's a tiny thing that they're trying to speed
and save time.
Yep. and it makes us
Yes.
feel like what else is behind the walls
Yeah.
that you tried to speak past.
When you see painted hinges, it just kind of makes me go, whoa.
You're like, well, what else did you forget? What else did you not do? You know, are all the faucets connected correctly?
And
So,
number 3 thing to not do is don't plant a tree next to your house. I know it sounds great. Sounds like it would be wonderful to have that thing hanging over your house when it's mature. But what happens if you have a tree that tree roots are potentially the same size as the canopy is.
Right.
And so what we have seen many times is, even that volunteer tree that nobody
You
ever
thought,
just
it's
took
fine.
out, it's going to be fine. And then it ends up causing foundation problems right there.
Absolutely.
And it can cause sewer problems too, because those roots are looking for water. Did I take your line?
you read my mind, because I was going to say the same thing, is that I think you should actually go one step further and know where your fresh and your sewer water lines are, and remember to go away from those, because the roots are going to be attracted to that, especially if they're old.
Yes.
It is going to make a problem.
Yes.
What's the third?
The
Oh, that
fourth-
was the third, fourth.
So number 4 is never cover wallpaper with water-based paint. You can tell. Just don't do it. Just trust me.
And I think it actually goes so far as to like bubble and cause it to the wallpaper to release, like the water-based glue in the back of the wallpaper and the paint. It all kind of makes a huge mess. Interesting. I saw some scoring tools that you could get at the paint store to help you take wallpaper off. So I would definitely Google and get that done and done right.
Yes, I would totally agree.
So the next thing I think that you would want to remember, and I think that Homer, the one that we first featured on the show, was not remove architectural elements of significance. And that can be anything from a lead glass window. In mid-century modern, a lot of times it can be a breezeway brick. We had Ravinia Heights. Also, it doesn't have to be mid-century modern, but sometimes cabinets that were built in the early 50s up to early 60s were built a little bit differently. And you and I have an actual rent house, and we left the cabinets in the kitchen because sometimes they'll be built with an interesting wood, or they'll be built maybe on an angle. So they show an element of interest that we feel like can really be resonating to both buyers and renters right now.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the last thing that we recommend that you don't do is don't stay with your old style thermostat. There are so many options out there now that are inexpensive. It used to be that, basically Nest was really the only thing that was pretty intelligent, but they were also not inexpensive. And so there are so many options out there now that have programmable thermostats and things that are so much more energy efficient that it is I'm going out on a limb and I'll say, you'd probably make your money back within your first couple of years, plus you've saved all that energy.
Yep. And I think that Zach found a link to an actual programmable thermostat that was like $50. And I believe it's one of the ones that we're familiar with, but he's going to put that in the links as well. So many times people forget to actually change the thermostat while they're on vacation as well. And now they're all connected to Wi-Fi that you can actually open the app and actually change the temperature when you're not there. It's also really good if you have a rental house and you want to kind of watch and see what's going on.
So we hope you found those things helpful. There's lots of things that you should do. One of the things we're going to talk about in our first episode of next year is some of the things that you should do right after you purchase your home. Some of the things that, it's like a checklist of things that you really,
Should be doing.
these need to be done. So,
And hopefully in 2021, we'll be able to get guests back on. I feel like that was a really great thing when we had guests. So if anyone runs into someone that they find interesting, or they do something to their house that they thought really turned out well, we'd love to know about that. And maybe give us an idea and maybe have a guest on there.
yeah, that would be great. We are having a Zoom guest come in on, I think it's January 9th, to talk to us about solar power and how that is trending. And, we know how it's affecting value on the home. So we thought we would have somebody come in and talk about it from the installer point of view, and the person who actually, that's their product. So
Sounds like a plan.
So happy holidays. We, again, wish we could just, run out and hug everybody. And, we really missed having our holiday party this year. That was probably one of the harder things to accept, because we have so much fun at those things. So you'll be seeing another little video about that shortly. But happy holidays, happy New Year.
And remember, we want to be a Realtors for Life.